welcome back to the show. For experienced and new writers, there's a roundtable discussion coming up later this month. And with more on that, we welcome Publishing Club members Karen Haddington and Diana Party. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So we're going to get more on the roundtable discussions in a minute, and both of you are going to be there, correct?
Yes, we are.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And Karen, you wrote a book,
Secrets of Dating After 50.
Secrets of Dating After 50, an insider's guide, right?
To finding love again.
Finding love again.
Right.
I can't wait to talk more about that. That's an exciting topic. And Diana, you wrote a mystery called On the Cusp.
That's right.
Yes.
Set in Laguna Beach.
It is. I noticed
nearby.
that Victoria Tower on the cover. Mm-hmm. So the roundtable discussions are inclusive of many styles of writing, including poetry, fiction, memoirs, nonfiction. How are you able to incorporate all of those writing styles into the roundtable discussion?
Well, actually, the way we're going to break it down is there will be separate tables for each genre. So poets will get to talk to poets,
right.
And nonfiction writers will get to talk to nonfiction writers. And in that way, we're hoping that they form bonds with each other. Maybe there'll be groups that come out of that, or at least they'll learn some tips from each other. What are their challenges? So they can talk about a variety of things, but they will be with people writing the same kind of thing they are.
Right, okay. So you're just able to mesh and incorporate all of those diverse styles.
In a way. I mean, again, they'll be separate at separate tables.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. And then tell me how, so that's how it's going to be organized, right, at the forum. And then what are the benefits of people attending this roundtable discussion?
Well, I think one of the main benefits is connecting with other writers. You know, writing is a solitary activity.
It is.
And my experience in the last 20 years of trying to write fiction is that it's really helpful to talk to other people, to get together with other writers in some way. So, you know, this is the first time we've done this kind of event at the Pub Club. And it's a chance for people to network, to get acquainted with people in their own genre, and to make some connections, maybe set up a writing event together, whatever they want to do. But there will be a, what do we call it, a facilitator that's writing in that genre at each table. So they'll have someone who has some experience in that, you know, writing fiction or nonfiction, whatever it is.
And throughout the community, are you finding that more and more people who have more time on their hands are looking to start writing?
I think so. I mean, I didn't start writing till my kids were grown up and gone. And I think a lot of people, they have time. And if it's always been something I thought, oh, I could write that. That's a really good book. I could write that. Yeah. It's more challenging than you think it might be, but I think it's something that a lot of older seniors, you have a life experiences that a 20-year-old doesn't have. And so you have a lot of resources to pull on from your own life as well as your family, maybe people, you know, people you don't like, people you like, you know, there's all kinds of opportunities.
You can make anybody into a character.
Especially
right?
in fiction, yes.
You probably have a lot of characters to build upon as you're growing up, right?
Right.
So you based your novel in Laguna Beach,
Right.
Dana Point, Newport Beach, or Orange County coastal cities. What gave you that inspiration?
Well, I love Laguna Beach. I always wished I could live there. I'm right over the hill in Laguna Woods, so that's not too far, 10 minutes away. And I wanted to do something I was familiar with. I mean, a lot of, this is not a cozy mystery. It's kind of gritty, cozy. It's more like a humorous mystery. But a lot of my friends who write cozy mysteries, they make up an imaginary place, someplace, a tea house on the coast of Oregon or something like that. I wanted to write about places that I know and love, and maybe throw in, because it's interesting for people to read about, oh, I've been to Turks, or I know Dana Point Harbor, or, you know, I know Main Beach, whatever. So throw in things that kind of would attract people. I also thought that might be a good marketing strategy, because people love to come to Laguna and Southern
it.
California. So
That's very smart to incorporate that thought process.
Yeah. But it was fun to do it that way because I kept thinking, is there really a house like this in South Laguna? I must go research.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So speaking of Laguna, I know that there's a lot of seniors who are dating maybe for the first time in 20, 30 years.
And that's why I wrote this book, because a while ago when I lived in Santa Barbara, I was in the same situation. And almost everybody I talked to or dated or who was a friend of mine who was single said, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
Like, what site do you go to? What do I write about myself? What should I expect? And because I had been dating for a few years at that point, I found out a lot of things the hard way. So I wrote this book. It's also meant to be humorous, but also a guide. How do you do it? And what are some of the pitfalls by using my own experience
Right.
Of what I did wrong sometimes or what I discovered.
Okay, I thought that might have been one of the reasons why you wrote it. So in this day of technical advancement, that if you were married 30 years ago, and or dating 30 years ago and married all that time, now fast forward into a tech day and age.
Got it. Yeah.
How are you suggesting that people bridge that gap?
Well, you got to learn to work a computer. And if you have a friend or a son or daughter who can show you how to get online, if it's that alien to you, that's step one. And the book offers a lot of tips too on what kind of photographs. You should have more than one. What should they be? What should I say about myself? So it's got tips on how to write a good profile, and by good I mean unique, because there's a lot of profiles that sound the same. I'm looking for my partner in crime. I love walks on the beach. It's like, pull out of that and write your own thing.
I see. Okay. So are you suggesting then that online is the best place to...
Yes, because they're not going to come knocking at your door. And as I say in the book, if you meet somebody in a bar, all you know is that they're cute and they drink. So at least when you're dating online, you know they're single, or you should know that. They're looking for a relationship, and you get a whole lot of data about them before you even meet them. On the other hand, you're on a blind date. You're meeting a stranger.
Right. Which is never fun. I don't care how old you are. It's never fun.
But the pool of people is much larger than you'll find in your daily life. I ended up dating 2 different guys from Santa Barbara, and we're like, we would never have run into each other. Oh. And it's a small town.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think also, too, we tend to kind of hunker down into our own little world, and it's difficult to, unless you're involved in lots of clubs, like you guys have. Diana, I'm curious, are you writing a sequel to this?
Yes, I am. It should be coming out in September. It's a series. It's easier to write a series because you have the same characters, same setting. You just have to create new drama, new conflict, and that's what I've done. In fact, it's so complicated, I'm having trouble finishing it.
So are you able to just let your imagination kind of run wild and go on a course of its own?
It's not a fantasy or a paranormal, so it's based on real human beings, so I can't get too crazy.
Okay.
But,
get back in a little bit.
When we talk about fiction at the round table, there will be people who are doing all different kinds of fiction. Fiction is just not one lump. You have people that are thinking about writing, people that have already published, people that are writing cozies or thrillers or historical fiction. So I'll be really interested to hear what the different people that have different ideas about what they want to write or what they have written have to say and what they need in terms of support and resources. So
wonderful. Well, speaking of the round table, let's tell folks who are interested in attending where, when.
The Performing Arts Center, Clubhouse 3, Dining Room 2, at 2 o'clock, the 21st of August.
Okay.
So 2 to 4. And we'll probably, I think the round tables will go for about an hour and a half. And we're hoping to have that be relaxed conversation and getting acquainted and really benefit people, whatever they want it to be. We don't have a real structure like we have to talk about this or that.
We hope they bring their own questions and their own discussion points.
Wonderful.
We'll be looking to that.
And are you hoping, do you need folks to RSVP for this?
No, that's the scary part. We're not sure how many tables to set up.
We don't know if there'll be 100 or 30, so, but that's, you know, we're ready.
Prepare for
we're
all of it.
preparing for
Okay.
all eventualities.
Well, and is this going to be a monthly event for you, or?
It's up in the air.
Not
This is the
sure
first
yet.
time we've tried
Okay.
it. We don't know
Okay.
where we're headed with it.
All right, well, we'll be interested in finding out how it goes for you. And from the Publishing Club, Karen and Diana, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks,
Thank
Marie.
you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.